So thanks again to all of you for joining us today, tonight. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time zone you're arriving from. And this is the official start. You see the front page of the webinar. We'll be talking about cycling and hiking in Slovenia and Croatia, as told. But firstly, let me just give a short introduction about myself. Those who pay attention to the bikes will quickly notice the 26 inches tires, maybe not so fresh geometry on the bike. Yeah, it's an old picture. Not that old, but yeah, I was much younger then. So the other one you see on the camera and the circled one in the lower left corner, it's the current one. But yeah, now it's been, I think, to be precise, it's my 8th year working together with Visit Good Place, although I have a totally different background from the past. I am not coming from the tourism sector originally. I am a geodesist by profession, a cartographer. So I worked in the Geodetic Institute of Slovenia for 12, 15 years almost, specialized in cartography, GPS measurements, and network calculations, etc. So to be honest, to deal with the spatial data and to prepare the navigation packages for the tour operator purposes, it's actually a sort of hobby of mine, and somehow I was blessed with the possibility of making my hobby a job or a business, a dream come true, so to speak. So yeah, together with many friends now that we work together, 3 of them also being co-owners together, we do what we do now for, as mentioned, 8 years, and we are really driven by our own background, by our own passion of being really outdoor enthusiasts, etc. And I really hope you will feel a little bit of this also through tonight's presentation. So enough about me. Few words about the agency as well, of course. We are really a small tour operator, not just Slovenia being a small country, as you know, but also in terms of, let's say, comparing to other operators or maybe, let's say, European or worldwide known operators. We are a small company, so to speak. So, but still, this is somehow our purpose, our idea of how to do it. We really want to be boutique and responsible. We are totally local driven, and what is the most important thing and something that we are really proud of, we are totally committed to sustainability, not only in our actions, but also we have some confirmation through the standardization. We are very proud of being the first B Corp certified company in Slovenia, and still the first and only tour operator in Slovenia with this certification, which, as you probably know, requires very high sustainability standards one needs to follow. We also follow the Slovenia Green standardization. A few more words about this later. Yeah, it's not something to brag about, but we are proud, I cannot deny it, about being recognized as really a 5-star rated agency. The evaluations on the platforms like TripAdvisor, Google, Facebook, and similar, so far, so good or perfect for us. And we're really happy about this. Although, as I mentioned, this is not our intention or our goal to collect prizes, but we are really happy about having that kind of recognition as well. I apologize for those who are entering right now. Somehow I made this window hidden, but now I see, yeah, you are all in. Okay. Another thing that helps us a lot, of course, is also media recognition. Again, I'm not bragging for sure, but still, through the last years, our products and our agency was recognized by most of the best or world-renowned media. Of course it's good. Of course, this is something very nice to see and to be able to read about in that kind of publications. We are very proud of this as well. But on the other hand, for sure that helps us a lot with marketing strategies and similar. So yeah, being recognized in this way is also very, very nice for us, and hopefully it helps us to create even better products, to do even better things, and to bring them all to our guests. What we are going to talk about today, as mentioned, focus is on cycling and hiking in Slovenia and Croatia. Through the webinar, we will discuss about our, let's say, different types of touring offer, including touring cycling, cycling and hiking offer, mostly about the touring cycling, about gravel biking, mountain biking. We will talk a little bit about our hiking tours, and something new to announce, road cycling coming in next season, not on the webpage yet, but it will be soon. I will mention shortly a few words about the first successful year of the Dinarica product, which we are the creator of this long distance route as well. So we don't do just tour operating business, but also we create new products like new routes. And for everyone who will stick with me till the end, I hope it won't be too long and it will be interesting enough. But for everyone who gets to the end, I will have a special surprise, so it's worth waiting a little bit. And as mentioned, questions and answers at the end for sure, so everyone will be able to ask something. You can do it also through the webinar to put something in the chat, and then at the end we will try to address as much as possible. If we are short on time, then you have the contacts at the beginning of the chat section. There are links to our website and to social media pages, and also you have our info mail, and you can write us anytime. We will be more than glad to answer and to give you all the details needed. Okay, let's go. This is not so accurate because this picture is still hiding the latest products which are not on the web page yet. So this is the reason they are not included on the picture. But in general, this is the area where we operate. These are the starting points. It's a sort of thematic depiction, the starting points and the number of tracks that start in each point in the area where we operate, being the Slovenia, Croatia, neighboring Italy and Austria a little bit. So altogether, when counted, that includes over 2,000 different cycling tracks, like daily stages, covering 4 countries, and yeah, the number of kilometers is extensive, and it's really a huge network, and we are very proud of it. We really try to maintain it and make it accurate and up to date. And from this network, we are able so far to create and to offer 6 unique touring programs or tours, 5 gravel and 2 new to come. We will talk about them a bit later. 5 mountain biking tours and 2 hiking. And what I mentioned at the beginning, the tailor-made road program is about to be launched in spring or even earlier in 2026. And that will be really something new for us as well, and hopefully something very interesting for you too. Besides the cycling and hiking tours, we also offer one a bit different and special program of wildlife watching. Quite interesting to get in touch in person, so to speak, with bears and the other wild animals, which are you can find several in Slovenia, but we won't talk that much about this tonight. But there are many information on the web, and also you can find brochures to download them and see more detailed info. At the beginning, I would like just to explain what we offer, what we do, and moreover, how we do it. It's different tours we offer. It can be carried out in a way of a guided tour, a self-guided tour. Both of them can be tailored to your special needs. So actually, to be honest, most of our tours at the end of the day are tailor-made. We offer a very extensive online briefing before each self-guided tour. We take care about all the booking for accommodations, and by doing so, we really try to find best places to rest after your day of activity. We really work with local offers with family businesses, small farmer stays, cozy accommodations. We try to avoid any kind of bigger hotels as much as possible, literally everywhere. There are very few places where you need to stay maybe in something bigger than just a small family place, but still it's really nice that Slovenia is packed with that kind of tourist offer. Besides that, we take care about all the logistics. You just need to fly in, then we take care for the transport, we take care for everyday luggage transfer, we take care for the return transfer at the end of the tour to bring you back to the starting point, of course. As mentioned, for the self-guided tours, we also give very accurate navigation pack. And yeah, not to mention bike rentals. So far, we have a huge fleet of almost 100 bikes right now. All kind of bikes, gravel bikes, touring e-bikes, mountain bikes like hardtails and full suspension bikes. So all bikes are fairly new. We try to change the whole fleet every 3 or 4 years, so that we can offer really up-to-date and solid and most of all reliable equipment, because we are totally aware getting or arriving to Slovenia on a cycling holiday and you want to do a careless cycling trip in a few days, you need to rely on your main mean of transport. So the bikes really must be reliable, and we do take big care about the maintenance. And as mentioned, bikes are always updated. Also, we offer support on the guided tour. Of course, there is your guide to take care about any situations. On self-guided tour, for any emergency situations, we are always available. Mentioning the self-guiding tours, of course, one needs to navigate himself. This is why we offer as mentioned before, very precise GPS data. All this huge network I showed at the beginning, everything is traced on the terrain. We rode, actually myself and my friends, we rode literally every meter of those treks. We go in off-season time and try to check all the treks where any kind of changes is expected. We follow the information throughout the season where some changes take place, and we incorporate them in our navigation packs. So not just GPS tracks, but all the tracks are equipped with many numerous points of interest about the accommodations, about the restaurants on the way or at the end of the stage, about the water resources, bike services, highlights or sightseeing points, shops, grocery stores, and similar on the way. So all that one need for carefree cycling, and you don't need actually to prepare yourself in advance to explore the area, to collect information, because we do this for you, and you simply get the package which is really full of information. Everything is packed in a sort of so-called ride with GPS experience. Those who know the app will probably know what I'm talking about. This is a special feature for tour operators to prepare the tour booklet in a way of a digital package. And once you download it to your mobile devices, everything is available offline and everything works offline. Also the navigation, the tracks, the maps, all the layers of the maps are downloaded screen-wide around each track. So really, you don't need to worry even about the mobile signal or internet on the way. For those who prefer using navigation with their standalone GPS devices like Garmin, Wahoo, and similar, there is always an option to download all the tracks, all the points, and upload them to your devices or any other application you might prefer to use. So it's not like obligatory, but this is how we do it, and I can say this is really very convenient way. we work tightly with Ride with GPS guys. They are very nice. They're very cooperative. We share the information and they help us out. They incorporate things that we suggest, and other users as well. So it's really a good cooperation, and we are very happy to have this business relationship with them. One might wonder which kind of tour to choose, either guided or self-guided. So briefly, I would say guided tour, you really don't need to worry about anything. You just show up in the morning at the time you arrange or decide together with your guide. You hop on your bike or you put on your hiking shoes and then you go on your daily stage, and the guy will take care about everything. Always there are included things like nice things to see, special events like degustations, good dinners, visiting of different natural, cultural sightseeing points, museums, etc. So this is always part of guided tour, at least every few days or every day if so. But also on self-guided tour, you can do it in the same way, but you are not, let's say, you don't need to stick with any kind of group dynamic. You don't need to follow anyone. You are totally free to start, to end, whenever you want, to stop, wherever you want. But of course, with the self-guided tour, there comes a responsibility of being able to navigate yourself and also of taking care about the bike, about finding the restaurant for the dinner, etc., etc. I guess it's pretty much common sense, but in general, this is the difference. If you don't want to find the route by yourself, guided is the answer. If you wanted to do it in a little bit more adventurous way, then self-guided is perfect way to do it. So why to arrive, or why come to Slovenia and Croatia? Both countries are, let's say, similar in a way, but also different. Slovenia lies a bit northern from Croatia. It has the Alpine world as well. There are Julian Alps stretching into the western part of Slovenia. So Slovenia is slightly more diverse in this term of geography. You have Alps, you have Mediterranean area, you have Pannonian Flats, you have rolling hills in between. So literally everything on a very small area in the literally heart of Europe. So really in the center of Europe. Croatia similarly, but Croatia has maybe slightly more Mediterranean-like weather, especially along the Adriatic. Not so high mountains and similar, but still it offers other attributes which are also very interesting. Both countries are totally safe to travel. People are extremely nice and kind. I guess many of you probably have heard about the general Balkan hospitality. It's really, this is almost the part of the northern part of the Balkan Peninsula. So people are really nice, kind, warming, welcoming. They love foreigners. They would always help. Almost everybody speaks English, other languages as well. On the bordering sections of Slovenia, on the west, it's Italian, north German, eastern parts Hungarian or Croatian down south. So, but English worldwide spoken. The euro currency everywhere. So. No borders, it's in Schengen area, so easy to go, easy to cross, so no administrative obstacles. So really, really nice and pleasant to travel, and the climate as well, it's pleasant throughout the year, depending on the part of the country you go, of course, but very, very convenient for outdoor activities, I must say. And most of all, the diversity I already mentioned, especially in Slovenia, it's let's say, difficult to talk about everything. I will just roll out one movie just to have maybe a bit better impression of how our country looks. But you have mountains, you have rivers, you have dedicated cycling paths. You have, for example, Socha River. That this is the vineyards area, where local cuisine, old medieval towns, sightseeing points. For example, where the video stopped, this is the edge of the Karst Plateau with a big historical monument to all the fallen soldiers in all the previous wars. As you might know, this area was very in the history. I mean, far away in the history and the recent history, etc. So many things were happening in political way and etc. So we have lots of heritage in these regards. So from this point, from this monument, you can see the Alps, the Triglav mountain being the highest mountain of Julian Alps, and in Slovenia the highest mountain. Behind this ridge, many of our tours start and then follow the valleys, the Socha Valley, the Vipava Valley, the Kars Plateau, all the way to the Mediterranean. Literally every day the scenery changes. In one day you have all, and then imagine what you can experience in 5, 6, 7 days. It's always different. So those tours are really, really something special, even to us who live there. So, we are really in love, our country. I must say, I did travel a lot, especially in the past when I had more time. And there are so many beautiful places around the world, I must say. But yeah, we have this saying, it's beautiful everywhere, but the most beautiful place is at home. I guess this is probably some international saying, and everybody says this for his home. But for us, I must say, I'm always happy to get back and to enjoy everything that our country can offer. It's not just cycling and hiking, of course, so many other sports activities, swimming, and not to forget the infrastructure, local quiet roads, perfect for cycling, gravel cycling, road cycling, dedicated cycling paths. There are so many. The huge networks of cycling paths are being built every year. It's not like, let's say, Denmark maybe, or other Northern European countries, maybe not so much, but still it's improving and it's very, very well taken care of for cyclists and for safety. And at the end of the day, we must not forget the food. Not only that Slovenia was named the European region of gastronomy, I think it was 2021. Not just because of that, but we do have so many world-class restaurants, Michelin star restaurants, Michelin plate restaurants, so many very good local restaurants, which are not, let's say, well-known among foreigners, but we know about them, and we take you there, and you really can have a regional experience in very good food, local or whatever you can imagine about. And yes, another reason why people know about Slovenia, it's definitely our cyclists. When mentioning road cycling, one cannot forget about Tadej Pogačar, Primož Roglič, Matej Mohoric, Jan Tratnik, and many, many others. It's really impressive how many cycling talents are born in the country with no more than 2 million people or inhabitants. So we are very proud of them, and they are really true ambassadors of our country. If speaking about Croatia, similarly diverse country in a bit different way, but it offers other things which you might not find in Slovenia. Everyone who talks about Croatia most likely thinks about the coast, about the Adriatic, about the thousands of islands everywhere. So it's true. It's really beautiful. The islands are beautiful. We love these islands as well. But Croatia is much more than this. This is just a small part in the percentage of the area, but moreover in the let's say the diversity. When you go inland, you can find remote places, you can find old medieval towns, and many other things, and we really try to connect them somehow in a good experience and offer it to our guests. For example, historical places like amphitheater in Pula, which is second largest preserved Roman amphitheater after the Colosseum in Rome. Very nice place to stop. Many our tours go there. This is the place for several music and similar events or games or etc. So it's a really nice place. Old small towns, of course, the Adriatic. We don't avoid total touristic places. Of course, we try to offer this as well. But yeah, I would say the most pristine experience can be found elsewhere. And as mentioned, Croatia, going in the southern sections, it's really pleasant with its mild weather. For example, this picture in the lower left corner, this was taken late October. It's on the tip of the Istria Peninsula, the Kamenjak Cape. You see, we were cycling in shorts, and yes, we did jump and dive into the crystal clear Adriatic Sea of pleasant 20 degrees at this time. So yeah, it's really something unique. And nobody was there because the high season is like June, July, August, September nowadays. But later months, when we take our tours, when we do our tours in this region, it's quieter, so to speak. And going inland, of course, the vast forests and ridges of the Velebit mountain. Again, a little bit about the history in Pula, Rovin, old town, fisherman town from the times of the Venetian Republic on the Adriatic, similar to Piran on the coast, on the Slovenian coast, etc. We cannot skip the food in Croatia as well. Very, very good, of high quality. In this case, much more based on seafood, of course, being at the Adriatic or close to the Adriatic, freshly taken from the sea every day if necessary. But the inland is mostly known for, especially the Istria, for truffles. And their special local pasta, fuji, gnocchi, and similar local cheese products, meat products, of course, olive trees everywhere in the Istria, and olive oil and wine, local wine. Yeah, not to mention wine. I did forget about mentioning the wine in Slovenia. Slovenia is truly a wine country as well. Okay, so that was somehow the introduction about Slovenia and about Croatia. A few more clips about cycling in Croatia, about the views of the islands and similar. And now we will slowly continue towards the presentation of our tours. I won't go too much into detail because otherwise it would be too long, but still I would like to share with you the most important information about what kind of tours we offer and what is the difference between unique tours. Before that, just a short mention of the Slovenia Green Tours. I already mentioned a little bit about this certification, Slovenia Green. This is something very unique. We created those products several years ago, and they were very, very well accepted and also got a huge attention in the international media because that was something really unique. We created cycling tours connecting solely green certified destinations, not just on the paper, but really destinations which have this official certification and which do behave in a way in a sustainable way. By doing so, supporting always the local communities, local services, by traveling green, meaning avoiding any kind of transportation except the trains, so of course bikes. Avoiding to use single-use plastic, etc. So it looks maybe just like a letter on a paper, but it's not. It's really this is really the way it is done, and I must say that it is very well accepted, and people have this good impression of of traveling in a good way, of traveling in a sustainable way, of supporting this idea, and it's a win-win situation for both sides, and we really love this how well accepted that kind of concept is. Okay, we will start with touring cycling. It's this part you see that we cover with our touring program, the whole of Slovenia, mostly the western part and the central and eastern part of Slovenia, and then we stretch our touring program down to Croatia. This triangularly shaped peninsula, this is Istria, we were already talking about, and there are several tours we offer, and those I'm going to present now briefly. I will start with Istria, and then we will go up towards north and east in Slovenia. What is most typical about our touring program? This is sort of an easier program compared to others. It's meant for those who are not seeking only the cycling experience, but also, or mostly, the enjoyment along the way. So cycling, of course, it's in focus, it's important. You need to bike to get from point A to point B every day. but generally the stages are short. There is not so much elevation to overcome. The difficulty is low to medium. Also, the fitness level required low to moderate. But still, you have plenty of time when you do that kind of tours to stop along the way, to enjoy the sightseeing, to enjoy your stops, to stop in the evening, to arrive early to the destination, and to do lots of other things. So it's more about the experience around cycling and cycling itself, as mentioned, but still, as a whole package, this is something to choose if you're not looking just for cycling enjoyment. Different programs of different lengths. Typically, it's 7 to 8. Some of tours are longer, and being the easier or moderate level of difficulty, you can imagine this is mostly paved or fine gravel routes or dedicated cycling paths, doable by any kind of touring e-bikes or gravel bikes if preferred, and so on. And yeah, this is something, let's say, we do the most, or let's say the biggest number of guests choose that kind of enjoyment on the bike. The first tour I will talk about, it's Istria to the Adriatic tour down on the Istria Peninsula. It connects Slovenia, starts in Italy, so connects Italy, Slovenia, and Croatia, so 3 countries. It's not difficult at all, but it's adjustable. That stands true for all of our tours. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but offering so many different kind of tracks or GPS navigation, we always offer at least 2 options, like a classical route and then an easier one, and or vice versa if someone prefers a harder one. So this is already included in each package, and each one can choose what to do. On a guided tour, the group decides. The groups are usually small, not more than 8 cyclists, because this is something that offers the best experience for, and also it's much easier manageable by one guide. So the group, together with the guide, decides what to do. If you're on a self-guided tour, we would present you all the options on this online briefing I mentioned. When you book the tour, you get the information, you get the materials, you go through them, and then you have this pre-scheduled online briefing, which can last 1 hour or 2, and we give you detailed information about what to expect. So when you arrive on the destination, you already know how to choose, and after the first day of cycling, even better. And then every day you can choose this easier, difficult, more gravel, less gravel, more elevation, less elevation. So this is how it works. And Istria to the Adriatic is somehow in the original tour is gravel, but you can make it easier as well. As mentioned, it starts here in Italy, close to Trieste, and then traverses Slovenian coast, enters Croatia, goes inland of Croatia to the small medieval villages of Grožnjan, Motovun, and following the Parenzana railway, abandoned railway, which was transformed to a very nice cycling and hiking path down to the coast of Istria Peninsula in Poreč, or Parenzio in Italian language, hence the name of the route Parenzana. And then it follows the western coast of Istria back to Slovenia, to Piran. So very nice tour, perfect for pre-seasonal or after-seasonal time. So like May, beginning of June maybe, then it gets too hot. And afterwards, end of September, October as well. And quickly, we will go, okay, sorry, firstly a few pictures about this tour. So this is the typical Parenzana, the gravel route. As mentioned, you can make it easier and go around on the paved roads. Some old medieval towns like Motovun, the town of Piran, perfect food everywhere, Poreč, Parenzio, everybody falls in love with that kind of old coastal cities. Yeah, and this is another tour which takes place in the same area. That's why I'm putting it together. It's Istria Gourmet Cycling Holidays. This is the name. Similar area, but different type of cycling. Easier. So this is even for less experienced cyclists or the beginners, so to speak. All the tours doable with the bikes as well, as mentioned, but on the other hand, it is, let's say, on the high end in terms of accommodations and cuisine offered on the tour. So it's really for those who are seeking a little bit added extra touch of comfort, for example. Still enjoyable cycling, but as mentioned before, easier, avoiding the gravel routes. If one prefers, again, we can include the harder as well, but it is meant really for those, let's say, like the original version of the tour, for those who are not so keen on harder cycling but want to enjoy other things. And the difference is from Poreč, it doesn't go back to Piran, but it continues all the way down south to Pula. Almost all flat, enjoyable cycling along the coastline. So yeah, the Istria Gourmet cycling holidays is really maybe for with a little bit higher touch of luxury. Also the accommodations, you can see all the photos you're looking tonight are the exact photos we took on the locations of our tours and our accommodations. So this is no fake marketing or something, but this is the exact thing you get if you decide to book any kind of any of these tours. Another touring program. Now we go for the north towards Slovenia. It's Bike Slovenia Green, Alps to Adriatic. You see this prefix Bike Slovenia Green. This is the name of several our tours. We will present 3 of them tonight, and these are the ones I was talking about at the beginning, connecting just green certified destinations. This is definitely our best seller. Why? Because it's the most diverse and it offers everything that other tours have as well, but here is really a big density of good quality offer, so to speak. So you really start in the Alps. You go in the northern part of the Alps, you go around the Alpine massif to the beautiful glacier lakes of Bled and the lake of Buchin. Then you take a train ride through the mountain range. You don't need to bike over it, otherwise it would be much harder, of course, into the Soča Valley. Following the Soča Valley, stopping in Brda, Goriška Brda, or Koljo in Italian language. So many world-class wine producers are here. Perfect place for very good wine degustations. And then going to Vipava Valley, another very prominent wine region. Karst Plateau, another specific region, and down to Istria, the Mediterranean-like olive trees, warm climate, and so on, and finishing in Koper or Piran on the coastline of Slovenia. So truly diverse. This is definitely one of the most diverse tours. Although everyone has this diversity quality, but this one is totally special about it, because, for example, what is possible in Slovenia, you can go to the mountains in early June. If there was good winter, there is still some snow. So you can ski in the high ski slope of Kanin or any other mountains. You descend down to your car, take a 2 or less than 2 hours drive to the Adriatic, and then you jump into the sea of 20 degrees. So not every year possible due to snow conditions, but this is something, just to illustrate the possibilities and diversity of our country. A few photos from the tour. Again, Goriška Brda region, Soča river, wine cellar with good food, the vineyards. You cycle through small alpine lake Jasna in Kranjska Gora. This is one group of our guided tour. So yeah, it's really a pleasant way to wrap the cycling and all the excitement or all the enjoyment along the cycling as well. Another from the family of Bike Slovenia Green Tours is Gourmet Tour. This is a bit longer. It's 10 stages because it's done in 2 parts. It can be combined or it can be done separately. Although the gourmet experience is pretty much present everywhere on each tour, in this case, it's a bit more emphasized. So we take you even to more good restaurants, or we offer you the option of going there. At the end of the day, maybe it's not so nice to have some special dinner totally every evening, but yeah, you're free to choose, and there is an option, just so to mention. And also similarly moderately difficult and suitable for everyone who is looking for a really authentic experience in cycling and local cuisine, mostly in this case. You see where it takes place. Again, the western part, not the same tracks, but some of them similar, but some of them totally different. It doesn't continue down to the Adriatic, but at this point you hop on train and take a train ride to Ljubljana, enjoy the capital of Ljubljana, and on the following day a short train ride to another valley of Sava River in the Posavje region, which is also very well known for wine and other products, and then you follow the border with Croatia up to the medieval town of Ptuj, being the oldest town in Slovenia, with also the oldest wine cellar in Slovenia, and following the Drava River to the Maribor city, which is the second largest city in Slovenia after Ljubljana. And then on the last day, it's just a train ride back to Ljubljana. So very, very nice and very diverse, because the eastern part of Slovenia is quite different compared to western. Few photo impressions from the tour. The prehistorical settlement and medieval town, and nowadays a nice, pleasant karstic town, Staniel, on the karst plateau. Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia, with the Kamniško-Savinjske Alps in the background. This is literally the view from the center, from the castle of Ljubljana. The Soča River, co-influence with the Tolminka River, and of course, perfect and very good food experience, like on every other tour as mentioned. The last from the Slovenia Green family is the wellness route. As the name says, it is a bit special. There are two parts of this tour. One consists of 7 stages. This is the Alpine wellness route, and the other one, it's 1 day shorter. It's wellness and wine country route. They can be combined as well, and you can do it in one go, or you can do it one by one. What is the biggest difference? The possibility of enjoying the spa offer. The healing spas, which are very, very common in Slovenia, with a big tradition, and because the tour takes place in the central and the eastern part of Slovenia, there are several that kind of spa centers, which are not present in the west. So it is not a must, of course. It is included as a possibility, but literally every evening, every day, you have a stop in a spa center. So you can simply take an overnight stay, or you can enjoy swimming pool, sauna, massage, whatever preferred. So yeah, you can imagine how nice it feels after a day of cycling. So this is the start in Ljubljana, the northern route going through Maribor and to the Pannonian Flats in the eastern part, in the very eastern part of Slovenia. And the other route, the southern one, goes down south back to Dolenjske Toplice, another spa center. And then, of course, like at the end of every tour, we take care for the transfer back to the starting point in Ljubljana in this case. Few photo impressions again, as mentioned, nice food, nice cycling, relaxing possibilities every day if wanted. I must say this tour is newer. Now I think it was 2 seasons that we offer it, but it was also well accepted, and we are looking forward for even more people to decide to come and to do it. It goes slightly more off the beaten track. It's not following the main tourist attractions in Slovenia, like Ljubljana or Bled or Bohinj Lake or Postojna Cave and similar, which everyone knows who comes to Slovenia, but it goes on other places to avoid those most touristic spots. Okay, after the touring program, we continue with the gravel biking. As you know, this is a slightly different type of biking, slightly more demanding, with more gravel terrain. And already on this introductory map, I can tell you about good news. For now, we cover Slovenia with these tours and the Dinarica part of Slovenia and Croatia down to the coastal town of Sen. But these new icons are pinned on the new routes which are about to be born in the following year, in the spring of 2026. Firstly, this part from Sen, continuation over Velebit to the town of Split, and then into the Bosnia and Herzegovina over Sarajevo, historical Mostar, and down to Dubrovnik. We are very excited in creating these routes. As mentioned, this is part of Transdinarica. It's a slightly different combination than offered on the official Transdinarica side, but this is something that we created, and now we are extending our offer in a little bit different way as the other tours, but I will mention this in a few minutes, just after a few slides. General information about the gravel cycling, as mentioned, it's slightly more demanding. Those tours are medium technical difficulty. You can make it harder as well. We offer this, or easier, but in general, like the average is a medium difficulty. Fitness level required is a bit higher compared to touring program. The stages are longer, more elevation you need to overcome. In general, what gravel cycling is about, so to speak. Most of the tours take place on very nice local forest gravel roads, also paved roads, of course. Some of the gravel sections can be demanding, are challenging. It's not just fine, smooth gravel one would ride with a road bike, but it can be also rocky. So yeah, but we tell you all about this. But all the tours are doable with the gravel bikes that we rent, or let's say like a general gravel bikes with 35, 38 millimeter tires, without suspension, etc. So yeah, a proper gravel program, and we really like it a lot. We started with this tour, Best of Slovenia Gravel, which is bestseller among the gravel tours, but it's also on the high end in terms of difficulty. If you do it in the classical way, because it crosses several mountain passes in the western part of Slovenia, some difficult climbs and descents, but worth doing because the reward at the top or at the end of the day is really amazing. The views of the Alps, of the Adriatic, the scenery, the high Alpine pastures, and everything else. It's really nice. As mentioned, this tour can be made easier by choosing easier alternatives. To be honest, taking the easier parts, you lose a bit of this adventurous character of the route. You don't get so much gravel, you don't get these difficult climbs, descent, you don't get so many views as well, but still, yeah, you can do a similar route in a bit easier way, if preferred. So this western section. It's the similar corridor as the Bike Slovenia Green Alps to the Adriatic, and later on you will see the Trans-Slovenia, the mountain biking program, but totally different tracks, of course, and trails, mainly on gravel roads or easier gravel trails without any serious technical difficulty, doable by gravel bikes, but quite some elevation and length, starting in Austria and ending in Slovenia, but the last stage is also stretches to Istria, to Grožnjan, the small, beautiful medieval village inland of Croatian Istria. Few thought impressions. You see the Alpine scenery or the Adriatic and the Socha Valley River, old karstic villages, suspension bridges on the way, and of course some energy in a form of a good gourmet experience as well. Another tour from the gravel program, also our, let's say, one of the traditional tours we do for quite some time now. It's around the Triglav National Park. The western part of Slovenia, the Alpine part of Slovenia consists, almost the whole area is a national park, Triglav National Park. It has some limitations, of course. It's protected, so it's not available for free mountain biking on all the trails, but it's regulated. But where we do the tours, it is, of course, allowed. And it's a really nice experience. You don't have this total diversity of going from the Alps down to the Adriatic, down to the Mediterranean. You stay in the Alpine region, but you cross several passes and you do this pre-Alpine world going around the Alps massif. So it's for mountain lovers, it's one of the best things to choose. So you see, this is the circle starting at the Lake Bohinj, just below the mountains, and then following the Pokljuka Plateau to Bled, following the Sava River to Kranjska Gora, crossing the Vršič Pass. This is the picture of Vršič Pass, the highest pass in Slovenia where the road goes across, and then Socha Valley through Bovec to Tolmin. And most people choose the 5-day program ending in Tolmin, and then you have transfer to Ljubljana. But for adventure enthusiasts, there is another, a bit longer stage, the 6th one, that takes you back to Bohinj through the pre-Alpine hills with the views of the mountains you have just encircled in the previous day. So I really love this area. I was born and raised here in Tolmin, just below the mountains in the Socha Valley, so I know it very well. I'm in love with this, and I can say this is for the mountain lovers. definitely a tour to go. Few thought impressions again. You see challenging gravel trails, but doable. Vršič Pass, high mountain pasture, Zajamniki on Pokljuka Plateau, sorry. The Socha River, this is the source of the Sava River, and of course, like on every tour, I know I'm repeating myself, but you won't be missing good food or the opportunities to choose local products and very good meals. The third one in the gravel program, a bit different compared to all we talked about so far, because it takes you on the other part of Slovenia, but its main characteristic is that it is really remote. This is for true adventure enthusiasts to go away from any crowds, because it takes remote, or it follows remote forest roads over the Pohore Massif and Karavanke Ridge. There are stages where you won't meet anyone except few scattered farm stays, or maybe some mountain huts on the way or at the end of the day, but in between nothing. Quite a big percentage of the tour is takes place on a high altitude level. I mean, not extremely high, but above 800 or between 800 and 1000. So it's perfect for hot summer days, being on the higher altitude, and also in the shadows of the forests. It makes it much better choice to do it in the summertime, and also because it avoids the crowded areas when tourists come in high season. This is the region I'm talking about, starting in Maribor. Just to give you the impression of logistic we do. You fly into Ljubljana, you take an overnight stay in Ljubljana. We meet in the morning. We take care about the transfer of you and the bikes and the luggage to Maribor. You start cycling every day. There is luggage transfer between the stages. You end up in Bled. We pick you up in Bled to take you back to Ljubljana. So this is the way we do all of our tours. Or it can be arranged any other ways if wanted. Perhaps some people want to end the tour in Trieste, and we take you there if you have a flight from any other airport, of course. Bled, on the other hand, is the entrance point to the pre-mentioned Triglav National Park. So when finishing this tour, you are just on the doorstep of the western mountaineerous part, so you can easily continue and choose any other tour as well in this section. Again, few thought impressions. These are the forests I was talking about, isolated farms in the middle of nowhere with the mountains in behind. This is the Drava River, just the first day, the only flat section in the Maribor city, the Karavanke Ridge, Velika Planina Plateau with the mountains behind again. So yeah, really, this tour is also, the original version is quite demanding. It also includes a short bike and hike section, pushing the bike because it's very steep and not suitable, but very short. Again, but it's worth doing it to get on the other side of the mountain. But again, it can be avoided. You always have the option of going on the easier trail around these difficult sections. And now, the last one of the gravel, no, it's not the last one yet, but before we go to the Dinarica, this is the new one. You can already find it on the webpage, but it is the first season we are offering it. So Alpina Mediterranean Cycling Tour, it's something special, but let's say if the Slovenia Backcountry Tour or the Best of Slovenia Gravel are on the high end of difficulty, then Alpina Mediterranean Cycling Tour is on the lower end of difficulty. It offers moderate gravel and road cycling, so it's perfect for those who are not looking just for difficult cycling adventure, but it is really it offers enjoyable and easier cycling, and moreover it connects Italy, Slovenia and Croatia in a bit different way compared to other routes. It starts here in the Venezia Giulia region here in Cividale del Friuli, continues to Slovenia, follows the Socha River and goes inland over the karst in the Notranska region to Croatia, and finishes in the bay on the coast of the Kvarner Bay in the historical town of Opatija, close to the city of Rijeka, with an international airport as well, if necessary. So this route is new. It was also very well accepted so far with all the information shared, but hopefully it will also get some good feedback after the first cyclists do it through our agency. Again, few photo impressions. Cividale del Friuli, the starting point of the tour, the Socha River. Lots of trouts on the way along the rivers. This is the kind of a smooth gravel I was talking about over the karst, and of course the Adriatic coast in Opatija where the tour ends. And this is the similar monument we were already showing you previously. And now we are really ending with the gravel program, and we are ending it in style. This is the Dinarica tour. I guess some of you already heard about this product. Dinarica is actually a unique product connecting all the 8 countries of the Western Balkan, starting in Slovenia, then over Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, Albania, North Macedonia, Kosovo, Serbia, and back to Bosnia. So it's over 5,500 meters long distance cycling path, and we offer it through the web page, through the web portal transdinarica.com, where you can find all the information, where you can buy navigation pack, and you can do it totally by yourself. So this is the way how we offer it as a product without being a tour operator behind. But we are also an official tour operator who offers the tours as an agency in the part of Slovenia and Croatia. And as mentioned, we are extending this offer down south towards Bosnia and Herzegovina. The tour we started with last year, it was a total success, the Transdinarica part of Slovenia and Croatia. And yeah, it was very well accepted, and we are very happy about this. So we do it in the same way as the other tours. We take care about the logistic, accommodation, luggage transfer, and you simply enjoy a very good gravel cycling experience. Starting in Tolmin, in Socha Valley, the transfer from Ljubljana, of course, or from wherever you fly in to, and then following some totally different tracks compared to other gravel tours we offer, down to the Velebit mountain and ending in the historical town of Sen. Transdinarica was really very well accepted. It was recognized by, I think now it's already over 200 of the biggest international media in the last 2 years. Again, not something we were aiming for, but something we are very happy about, and it also helps us a lot to spread the information, spread the good news about the Transdinarica. And yeah, being such a good success, such a successful story, we are now going to extend it also as a tour operator, although it is a bit far away from Slovenia. So we don't want to limit ourselves only to this part in Slovenia and the neighboring parts of Croatia. So these are a few images from that tour, but we are going down south, as mentioned at the beginning of the presentation. This is the same town where the Transdinarica Slovenia and Croatia ends. And now we are working on this from Sen over the Velebit. This is really, really amazing part. Going down to the city of Split in Middle Dalmatia of Croatia on the Adriatic coast. So that would be the first 7-day tour. Most likely available in the spring period of 2026, and in the autumn period we are aiming to launch the southern part from Split into Bosnia and Herzegovina to Sarajevo, and then down south to historical Mostar, and following the Čiro trail, the abandoned railway track, down to the historical city of Dubrovnik back on the Croatia coast. Since these areas are very remote, the Croatia Velebit Mountains, the Bosnian highlands, these are very remote parts with not such a good logistical infrastructure. You cannot expect to have like a bike service every day, or I don't know, any other kind of comfort. So we are going to do these tours in a bit different way. They're going to be van supported. So there will always be a van accompanying the group, and the cycling can be done either, or will be possible to be done either as a guided tour, so with our guide, or as a self-guided tour as well, and then you're simply, in the evening, you have the luggage in the van, or if anything needed along the way, there is our van to support you. So it's logistically, it's a bit more complicated, but still, yeah, we are very excited about starting with this program because we believe, yeah, this is definitely the region where doing the tourism in that kind of responsible and sustainable way is actually the right way to do it, and we really want to share with with you, with the cyclists, the beauties of these countries. What to expect? These are our photos again. As mentioned, we created the Dinarica route, so we cycled all of it. We traced all the stages, and yeah. Hence, we have all the photo material. Now we are just adjusting it to the needs of the agency and the logistical needs, of course, according to the accommodations and similar. So Zrmanja River and Canyon of the River Zrmanja waterfalls, the Majsterska Road over the Velebit Mountains, the Tulove Grede. Those two locations were one of two main filming locations for the Winnetou movie, if somebody remembers the Karl May books and the movies that were shot after them. And Bosnia going inland on the remote highlands, Mostar Bridge, Prokoško Lake, in the heart of Bosnia, the former bobsled track in Sarajevo, now possible to ride it with a bike as well. So many interesting things to do and to expect. And yeah, this is just a trailer or a teaser for you to follow our webpage, and don't worry, everyone who subscribes to our newsletters will be informed about the launching time of these new tours. Okay. Oh, I'm quite long, so I will speed up a little bit, but we still have to work a little bit on the mountain bike program. This is the map of our mountain bike tours. We have 3 Trans-Slovenia tours, number 1, number 2, and yeah, number 4. The number 3 was previously the one going from Maribor to Bled, but then we changed it a bit and we reshaped it into the gravel program I presented you before, the Slovenia Backcountry Gravel Tour. So that was previously the Trans-Slovenia Mountain Bike Tour, but yeah, it's much better to do it in a gravel way with some adaptations. So hence you have the 1, 2, and 4. This is the number of how the routes were created. And then we have 2 Trans-Croatia tours. The Trans-Croatia Istria mountain bike tour and Mountains to Islands. We'll go briefly through them, but at the beginning, firstly about the general information. Yeah, you can imagine we started with an easier touring program, then we had the gravel program, which is slightly more demanding, and the mountain biking program, of course, is on the high end in terms of technical difficulty and fitness level. Totally different compared to touring, of course, but there are many mountain bikers looking for exactly this. So medium to high fitness level, again, low, medium, high difficulty depending on the wishes. We do it tailor-made and we include that kind of trails which suits your needs best. Longer stages, higher elevation to overcome, of course. It's not just trails. You can imagine doing the Trans Tour, 300 and more kilometers. There is not just on the trails. You need to do some transfer sections in between on the gravel roads, sometimes on the paved roads as well, but we try to minimize this as much as possible to make it as good mountain bike experience as possible. Trans-Slovenia Anna 1, sorry, Anna, it was in Slovenian language. Trans-Slovenia 1, the most well-known, our oldest product. It's really a bestseller. We do it every year in a huge amount. How to say, if Bike Slovenia Green Alps to Adriatic is the most diverse between the touring program or touring tours, then Trans-Slovenia 1 is probably the most typical or the best for mountain biking. I'm not saying the other tours are not interesting, not at all, but Trans-Slovenia 1 somehow has this reputation. It was the first one. People know it for the best, and yeah, it definitely offers many different things from the Alps down to the Adriatic, as you can see on this video rolling on the left side. But it is for experienced mountain bikers, and yeah, we tailor it or we make it suitable for you as much as possible. This is the western part. starting in Austria, crossing the Karavanke Ridge, following the Vršić, over the Vršić Pass to Soča Valley, mountains above Soča Valley, not following the easy trails, and then going down over the karst section and down to Piran, to the Adriatic coast. So 7 stages, almost 400 kilometers, and you see more than one Everest of the elevation to overcome. So quite a demanding tour, but yeah, it's a real mountain bike adventure. Few photo impressions, some of them were already seen from the same area, but yeah, it's the Alpine scenery, the Socha River, the high altitude pastures. Just here below is a cottage where a local cheese can be tested, for example, in the season, and then down to the Adriatic. Yes, the Trans-Slovenia too. It's a bit different, mostly in terms of difficulty and of course the scenery. It doesn't cross the Alps literally as the Trans-Slovenia one, but it goes at the footstep of the Alps through the pre-Alpine hills, but therefore it visits the Bled Lake, the Bohinj Lake. It also goes over the karst area and then down south to close to the border with Croatia. So a bit more easier with less trails. It can be tailored, or again, and we can add trails, but original tour is more like on demanding gravel or you know, this what would be the word in English, the double track, like a kart track or something. So yeah, it's no technical mountain biking, so to speak, but also very diverse and very scenic. So if Trans-Slovenia one was here, then Trans-Slovenia 2 just starts on the same location, but then it goes more towards east and down south to the river Dragonia Valley, and it finishes in Piran as well. Oops, here is an error. This is 1 day longer. It's 8 stages, but yeah, it's also very nice and interesting tour. Few photo impressions from this one, a bit different scenery, but still it has a mountain bike character, although slightly less than the Trans-Slovenia one sister. And here it is, the Trans-Slovenia 4, the top single trail tour. Again, don't misinterpret it like there is just on the tour going just on the single trails, but you go through the areas which are single trail parks or bike parks, starting in single trail park, natural trail park Jamnica in the border with Austria, with the possibility of enjoying in the Peca bike park as well, and then going down south towards Ljubljana, where is so very good Ljubljana, Golovec trails, and down towards south in the karst region, again some very nice trails, and ending similarly as the others, ending in Piran. But you see, you do it like diagonally from Austrian border over Ljubljana to Piran. Totally different landscape and scenery. Possibility of visiting Postojna cave as well. Don't be misled about Ljubljana. Even being the biggest city in Slovenia, you must know Slovenia is a small country and Ljubljana is a small capital. It's like 300,000 inhabitants. It's very green city. In the middle of Ljubljana, you have hills with trails, or 5-10 minutes from the hotel, you are in trail park. So yeah, it's and the hills on the suburbs are already 1,000 meters high, and it's really nice. One of the things on this tour is also the possibility of visiting the abandoned mine under the Peca mountain, and it's possible to take a guided tour through the tunnels of this mine. It's about 6 kilometers route, very interesting and very special. Actually, I forgot to mention, this is also possible on the gravel bike tour Slovenia Backcountry, which also passes this area. Otherwise, yeah, very diverse and very scenic tour. And the Trans-Croatian tours, the first one, Istria, comparing to Trans-Slovenia tours, slightly less demanding because you don't have these long climbs and long descents, but still there are quite challenging sections. It's more in cross-country style, but also with some longer climbs and more technical. So you get everything, but what is most important, you can do this in pre-season or after season time. So we who we live here, we go and bike in Istria in winter time, February, March, because nobody's there. There is no vegetation or very low. It's perfect. It's dry. If there is no cold wind, it's also temperature wise. It's very nice. But you can imagine there is no touristic infrastructure off season, so that's why we cannot offer you this in the winter time. But we can start as early in April and then May, and then you also in late September and October. It's very good timing. And what is also interesting, it really avoids the busy parts of Croatia. It touches them, of course, but otherwise it explores some other totally unknown areas. For example, the eastern part of Istria, it's abandoned because this eastern part of peninsula is exposed to the strong Bora winds here above the Kvarner Bay, and it's not so pleasant for let's say for to be inhabited. So yeah, these are really some remote stages, but very nice trails, especially the Uchka mountain at the end. The last stage would take you as much as 1,100 meters of elevation from below the top of the mountain directly down to the Adriatic coast, all the time with the views to the islands and to the Adriatic. So it's really something special. I love this tour a lot, mostly because it can be done in the shoulder season time, so away from any crowded sections or too many tourists, so to speak. And the other Trans-Croatia tour, the Trans-Croatia Mountains to Islands, it is exactly what it says in the name, from the mountains to the islands, and this is exactly what makes it really special. It's because of that, it is probably more demanding logistically wise to organize, because in early season in May you can expect it can happen, some snow can fall in the highest sections, but it's perfect on the islands. But if you go too late, it's too hot on the islands. So yeah, but we have this experience and we do it and hope for the best with the weather as well. But it is a really nice combination of the northern Velebit mountains and the Croatian islands of Krk and Rab. And this is really for trail lovers, for those who love rough, rocky terrain. This is it. Starting above the city of Rijeka and then going over the Velebit mountains down to the Seine, climbing once again over the Velebit, and this is also an epic descent from again of over 1,000 meters of elevation down, taking a short ferry ride to the island of Rab. Rab is very well known. You maybe know the Four Islands epic marathon, cross mountain bike marathon. These are the trails on Rab and Krk as well. So on the day before the last, you take another ferry ride to Krk, and you have 2 more days with a collection of best mountain bike trails on Krk. I think I rode like hundreds of kilometers here on the island, and then we made a combination of somehow the best ones. And this is really creme de la creme of cycling on Krk or Rab Island. So it's a mountain experience and island experience on mountain bike. Really something beautiful. Above the Bashka Bay on Krk Island, this is the Moon Plateau above on the Krk Island, the Velebit forests, beaches on the Rab Island, the views from Velebit down to this is actually behind the Krk Island, where you go in the following days. So yeah, really interesting, must say. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Just a few more words about the hiking tours. We don't have so many for now. We offer 2 of them, but these are probably, let's say, the extraction of the best hiking possibilities in Slovenia. You can hike everywhere, of course, in the flats, in the Pannonian flats, in the lower mountains of Pohorje, Karavanke, or in the south as well through the forests. But let's say the most Alpine-like hikes are done here in the Julian Alps region. And we have this Best of Slovenia hiking tour and another one thematic, the Walk of Peace. Let me present you quickly. Not the easiest one, I must say, but for experienced hikers, it's totally doable. The trails take you not high on the exposed peaks or over the difficult protected sections, but close to them. Never it is dangerous or exposed or let's say steep or something like this, but you can expect some demanding hiking. So fitness level is required like medium to high, since you need to do stages of the average length of 20 kilometers with 600, sometimes more, sometimes less of elevation, meters of elevation. Different length of tours we offer, but this is like in general, both of the programs consist of 11 to 12 days of stages. Similarly, as all our cycling and hiking tours, on the tour, you really can enjoy nice landscape, diversity of the nature, historical places, gourmet experience, UNESCO sites, etc. The first tour, Best of Slovenia Hiking, again our hiking bestseller. Similarly as the mountain biking tour around the Triglav National Park, this one also encircles the Triglav National Park, but not just in circles. This one goes more deeply into the national park because it follows the footpaths where it's allowed to walk, of course, but forbidden to bike. And it really shows you some beautiful passes, gorgeous hidden valleys, very picturesque mountain pastures, villages, etc. And to show you where it takes place, from Kranjska Gora over the mountains around Vršič Pass down to the Soča Valley. This footpath along the Socha is really something special. Going to Tolmin and then a short train ride towards Psorica Pass. The last one you need to climb to get down to Buhin and then over Pokljuka Plateau to Bled and along the Sava Valley back to Kranjska Gora. So really diverse and really beautiful. Probably the best of Julian Alps hiking in Slovenia. Few pictures just for impression. The high peaks above the Sava Valley in Kranjska Gora, the Boka waterfall, the highest waterfall in Slovenia, over 100 meters of waterfall. Soča Valley, close to Tolmin town, with the mountains behind where you come from, and then walk along the river. The Vršič Pass, Bled Lake from different perspective, because taking a hiking tour above the Bled, you see it from a totally different perspective than on the bike, and so on. And the last one is something special, something different. This is a thematic path, a historical path, Walk of Peace. It follows the front line of the Italian battlefield of the former Isonzo front line, or front line on the river Socha. As you might know, there was a very, very bloody battlefield in 3 years in times of the First World War. This area was very much affected by those fights. And the line which once divided two states, two countries, or several nations, so to speak, is now connecting people coming here, enjoying not just the nature, but also peacefully enjoying the many monuments, which are the, let's say, the remembrance of very, very big stupidity of humanity, which was taking place here. One would expect that we as human beings learn from our historical errors, but yeah, unfortunately, looking around today, we can see so many not similar, but yeah, not so good things going on. But the idea of this Walk of Peace is totally opposite of what is happening, because it's really connecting people now. It's connecting nations which were standing once on the opposite sides of the front line. And moreover, it's very informative. It's very beautiful in terms of experience, of hiking experience, and for history lovers, for sure. Many museums, outdoor museums, indoor museums. You see, this is literally the depiction of the front line on the Socha River, going down from north down south to Trieste, and it follows it exactly. Most of the hiking paths, I forgot to mention, they are not marked on the terrain. Not all of them. Some parts are, of course, but yeah, they're easy to follow with maps and with the navigation we provide, and of course with the guide. You see some remains of the fortification objects on the front line, historical church of the Holy Ghost in Javorce, close to Tolmin, Socha River, before mentioned monument at Istria with the Alps in behind, inside of the cavern, military cavern, and so on. So yeah, I would say this is something special, and for history lovers and hikers, this is really. And what is this? Just a short teaser or a trailer to announce something new for the end, and this is our road cycling program. It is the first time we are going to offer it. Before or so far, we are really specialized in touring, mountain biking, hiking, but road cycling is something that we also love, and Slovenia is also very suitable for. Not everywhere here, this is not like just the stages. These are the tracks we combined, and we use them to prepare a totally tailor-made program. So this road cycling program will be offered in a little bit different way. There are so many epic climbs in the Alps. There are so many quiet, remote local roads, and we want to pack them in a special offer to show you some legendary climbs where our world tour bike cyclists do their trainings, all of them. It's even possible to meet them someday if they are not on the races around the year. All the itineraries will be fully customizable. So that means we will listen to your needs, we will create the program together with you, and we will make as long, as difficult, and as demanding or easy route as you wish. And that is our plan. You can expect the first announcement or first information on our webpage soon after the new year, the first or the second month. And again, you will be notified through the newsletters. But we are also excited, similarly as with the Dinarica extension. This is another new baby to be born, and we are trying to prepare it really in a good way, because we are all a little bit of perfectionists, and we want to be really ready for you for the next season. And yeah, it will be also a van supported format, so again, guided or self-guided, but we think it's best to do it with a van so we can transfer you from one location to another, not to have to bike like 200-300 kilometers of some not so interesting roads to get to some more demanding or more epic sections for road cycling. Okay, it's time to wrap up everything. Oops, we were quite long. I hope I didn't lose your attention too much. For conclusion, I really want to point out once again that we do believe that we are quite original with our products. We do something special in terms of how we want to do it. Everything that we offer for you is definitely the same or even better that we would want to have it, for ourselves, because we look into all the programs, we all to new ideas from our perspective, from our experience, and we really want to devote all this knowledge and experience and passion to provide you with really relaxing and good cycling or hiking experience when coming to Slovenia. So far, we are more than happy and proud on the feedbacks, as mentioned at the beginning, because this is the biggest reward for us when our guests are satisfied, when we get the feedback that we actually succeeded at least a little bit in these intentions of providing you with sharing of this passion and ideas that we have. So yeah, let's say enough about this. Before we really finish, just a sum up about the first year of Dinarica route. It's worth mentioning at the end. As I explained previously, Dinarica is something different. It's a product offered through webpage and navigational packages for anyone to buy and to use however one wants or prefers. By the way, we recently launched the third version of the navigation package, which was quite updated. All the tracks checked, updated with all the changes, lots of new descriptions. And we must say that we are very happy that over 13,000 of cyclists already cycled at least part, if not the whole, of the Dinarica route in just 1 year. On average, those cyclists did like a 9-day tour, and the countries which are most popular are Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Slovenia in this order. And this is exactly the areas of the countries we are going to offer through our tour operator program, through our Visit Good Place agency, and we are really looking forward. We started with Slovenia last year, and now we are extending to south of Croatia and into Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yeah. Again, I mentioned so many media coverage, and also the Lonely Planet and the Outside Magazine recognized the Dinarica as best in travel for 2024, and hopefully it will be the same for. I'm not talking about the media, but for many cyclists, hopefully it will be the same, or the choice of their cycling destination in 2025 as well. But all of you, of course, are invited to join us and to trust us to take care about many logistical hiccups and help you out with a smooth and nice experience also when cycling along Dinarica. So I think it's time for me to stop talking, and I will now check the maybe I stop sharing, and I will then check the questions if there is something new. Okay. Okay. Not so many questions here, but I have some questions which were sent over before. Maybe it's worth sharing the screen again just to answer them as well. I will do it like this just to see the questions I have. I highlighted those which might have not been answered during the webinar. The others should be already explained. Yeah, that was one or several questions were related to the timing. How far in advance it is good to sign up for a tour, for a guided or self-guided? Yeah, the general answer would be as soon as possible, because in this way we can assure you best prices, best accommodations, etc. But the limit is, let's say, 1 month before the tour takes place, we close the tour, so it's not possible to sign in anymore, simply because we need to do all the logistic in the last month, and also it is probably already booked until that time. Some of our tours are booked like a year in advance or several months in advance, so my advice would definitely be hurry up, also to make it easier for you for the logistical arrangements of flying tickets, etc. But yeah, the limit, really, the last time, the deadline is slightly more than 1 month before the tour. Many questions were about the rentals of the bikes. Yeah, okay, I actually explained this. Yeah, we offer many bikes, different types of bikes, so it's not a problem to rent. We organize with you, we get all the information about your height, about your preferences, and we prepare the bikes to suit you best. Also, bikes can be micro adjusted for your needs if necessary, like some minor adaptations. You can bring your own pedals, saddles, etc., whatever preferred, and we really try to make this process as smooth as possible. Okay, this one. What are the best street forests for hiking in Slovenia? Do they lend themselves well to day hikes? Well, actually, the hiking tour we offer take place through very diverse landscape, but many of them are forested, of course. There are refuges and cabins on the way. Sometimes we use them. Some of the overnight stays are in mountain huts, but no camping is included in the hiking program that we offer. Self-guided or guided tour? Yeah, this is quite a common question. Well, I hope with the information provided is somehow, let's say, it was answered. But again, I can repeat it. It's the easiest and bulletproof if you go on the guided, because you don't need to worry about navigating yourselves, about organizing dinners, about sightseeing, etc. It's taken care of. If you're slightly more adventurous, if you are experienced enough to navigate yourself, if you don't have problems with finding your way, looking up for restaurants, organizing things you want to see or to etc., then self-guided for sure offers a bit more freedom, but as I mentioned, also a bit more of the responsibility. What is best solution for shipping our own bikes? Difficult to answer because it really depends on the flying company you're using and the destination you're coming from. But usually, I guess all the flying companies they provide this information, and in general, for those who are used to traveling by bikes, it's not a problem at all to organize. And we also take care about the bags, the bike bags, for example. They can be stored in our storage place, and then we bring them at the end of the tour and give it back to you, so you can disassemble your bikes and put them back on the plane when necessary. Legal limitations for mountain biking in Slovenia and Croatia. Yeah, there are some, especially like mentioned in national parks. For example, Triglav National Park, there are just few trails which are allowed to use for biking, the others not. Also, the tours that we offer take place on legal terrain, so it's not a problem. It's not something to worry about. Mountain bike with camping. Yeah, we don't provide, as mentioned, overnights in camps, but it's possible to find a lot of information. There are several camps in Slovenia, so if somebody comes to travel by himself, then this is an easy and very convenient way to move around and to sleep. Hiking tours, reserve beds in the mountain huts. Yeah, good question. Okay, if you tour with us, if you go on a hiking tour with us, then you don't have to worry about this because we do the reservation and everything. But if you're asking for yourselves when arriving in your by your own, then in high season, I would say like 2 weeks, if not 3 in advance, would be advisable to check. You can find on the website of the Slovenia Alpine Associations the contacts of all mountain huts which are open, their timetable, when they are open in high season, all of them are, and also the possibility of making a reservation. Where to get GPX, where to stay, B&B similar. If touring with us, we take care about all this. So navigation, GPX files, points of interest, this is all included in our packages. What months of the year are the best for cycling in North and South Slovenia? So north of Slovenia, that would be the Alpine region. This is the summertime. June, July, August, September as well, at least first half. And southern part, it can be extended to shoulder seasons. That means before, like a May, early May already, and late September and early October as well. Maps, points, yeah, I mentioned, it's included. Navigational packages is how intense is the hiking and the touring cycling, not the mountain biking? Well, yeah, it can be intense. If you want it to be intense, we can make it intense. But in general, it depends on the type of the tour. So touring easier, gravel a bit harder, mountain biking. Well, this here is not the interest in mountain biking, but yeah, mountain biking of course can be more intense. But even for those programs, as mentioned, we provide different levels of difficulty to choose from. Tips on traveling with a camper. Okay, this is not something included in our offer, but again, it is possible to get an information. There are several places for campers in Slovenia, and yes, lots of starting points to go hiking or biking have also the possibility of staying with a camper with all the facilities necessary. How the local people reactions to having too many international tours in their country? Okay, yeah, interesting question, but I guess also in Slovenia we are meeting with this problem of too many tourists, but not everywhere. There are a few places which are overcrowded already, and as mentioned, we do try to avoid them with our tours because this is not our philosophy. And also, yeah, also on the national level, there are several initiatives to somehow make this work better than becoming just overcrowded destination. What do you offer for guided hiking packages? Is group size? Group size, as mentioned, is up to 8 participants for biking and hiking. What do you offer in hiking packages? Well, if that is about if it's meant about the logistic, we offer the luggage transfer, accommodations. But of course, if you're asking about the equipment or I don't know, lunch packages on the way, this is something to be that can be provided or it's available for every individual to buy, or if necessary we provide if there is no other options on the way to stop, but usually there is always at least one mountain hut. From UK with the bike, yeah, I would guess it's similar as the previous question. It takes some logistic to check with the flying companies. Best route connecting Italy to Slovenia. Yeah, there are many, but I guess Eurovelo and Alpine Mediterranean I was mentioning, it connects very well Italy and Slovenia. Appropriate tour in October. I would definitely go with the Istrian program, either the touring program, Istria to Adriatic, Istria Gourmet, or if talking about gravel, then it's Dinarica, Slovenia and Croatia, or the Croatian part, and then mountain biking, it's also Istria and the mountains to islands. Huts which I can stay with my dog. Yeah, quite common, so to speak, but again, I would advise to check with each mountain hut separately. In general, if this information is not available on the internet, then you can call and ask, but to my experience, most of the huts are quite dog friendly. It's quite common to hike with a dog in Slovenia as well. What is the best month to go to Albania or Montenegro? Yeah, it strongly depends on the part of the country you're aiming for. If you go to the Alps section of Albania, then it's a summertime for sure. The other ones, southern flats, etc., can be done, of course, September, October as well, or early spring, and it stands similar for Montenegro as well. The mountainous region it should be avoided in late autumn or early spring because there is some snow to be expected. Depends on the yearly season, of course, but generally, yeah, it's the same as I mentioned for Albania. Okay, just let me see a few more questions on the chat. I just hope I haven't. Quebec, lots of information, very helpful. Is there assistance for bringing my own bike from the US? Well, yeah. On traveling on the plane, there is no assistance, of course. This is something to be organized by yourselves, but we take it from the point when you land in Slovenia. We pick you up on the airport. If necessary, we can arrange this, and from there on, we take care about the transportation to your hotel. And then on the way back, when you finish with tour with us, yeah, we provide you with your bike bags and help you out with transportation to the outgoing airport. Do you offer luggage storage during the tours? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was already answered. Storage of bike travel cases is provided, yes. What is the weather like for the Mediterranean tours in May, and what is the average vertical gain per day? Depending on the tour type, for touring program it would be around 400 to 500 elevation, but for gravel it can be more, or mountain bike up to 1000, 800 to 1000 on average. And weather like in May is perfect. May is very good for the Mediterranean section. It's already mild temperature, or it can exceed to up to 30 already, but in general it's 25, let's say. And also the sea warms up if the weather is normal, so to speak. But you can always expect some disturbance in weather, which don't last long, but yeah, it can cool down rapidly in May still. But in general, on average, it's already pleasant. Are the tours that end in Croatia suitable for summer months? Early summer, yes, but those that end in Croatia, not those that take place the whole in Croatia, because Rapa Island, Krk Island in high season, it's too hot and too crowded, for example. Are any of the Dinarica tours suitable for summer tours, or is it too hot? Also to clarify, will you be running the something is missing, but okay, they are suitable for summer time, yes, because Dinarica takes place in more inland and in higher sections. So especially the Croatian part, the original Dinarica, or the one that we do as a tour operator, goes inland on the Velebit Mountains. So it's not like staying at the seaside, because the Dinarica, one of the options of the Dinarica goes also over the islands, over the Pag Island. But this one is definitely suitable just for off-season time, But otherwise, it's possible to do it in summer. Actually, early summer or late summer is probably the best time to do it. Okay, right now I think the questions have stopped. If any more are still available, just type it in. If not, also don't worry, the webinar recording will be available soon. We just need to process the files, and then we will send it over, and also they will be published on website. And moreover, for any kind of more detailed information, just don't hesitate. info.visit-goodplace.com or -goodplace.com is the mail, and write any questions, and my colleagues will be more than happy to answer you or to provide you more detailed information. Will you have a GPX route from Munich to Tulmin? Oh yeah, I remember this question, but I sort of ignored it because I wasn't sure if this was an error. The answer is unfortunately not. Not as a Dinarica provider, for example. We do offer some connections to the route starts, but only from the nearby incoming airports, like Ljubljana, then it's Trieste. For the other countries, it's also the capitals, like or maybe towns like Split or Zadar, and then the capitals of Serbia, not Serbia, the Kosovo, Montenegro, and Macedonia as well. But no, Munich is a bit too far for us to create a special route. But I think there are probably available some other sources for long distance cycling tours that it might be possible to connect this area with the starting point of Dinarica as well. Do you offer technical support during self-guided mountain bike tours? Yes, this is a very good question. It's for self-guided tours, it is like this. Let me try to describe it as realistic as possible. On self-guided tours, if you rent our bikes, of course we are responsible, and if something happens, we do intervene. It depends on when it happens and what was the reason, etc. But definitely we first of all, on the self-guided tour, you have all the information about the closest bike services available. So this is the easiest way to do it and the fastest way as well. So you can check out and call the nearest bike service and ask for an assistant if possible. If something minor, then you can go to the bike service by yourself. If something bigger that prevents you from cycling, it's possible to ask them if they can come. You can call us in any kind of emergency, for example, broken bike or something that prevents you from cycling. This is definitely an emergency. And then we can try to find somebody close to you to come and assist you as fast as possible. In Slovenia, this is not a problem. We always do it and we do it fast. At the end of the day, if nobody is available, it is us. And then we arrive and we help you out with a change of bike or bringing a spare part or similar. So what I want to say is we always do our best in according to the situation to make it possible for you to continue with the tour as fast and as smooth as possible. So having your own bike, then yeah, it's slightly different because yeah, you probably have some of your own equipment and tools and you go to the biking service by yourself. But of course, we give you an offer if only possible and help you out. But yeah, this is then connected with probably some additional costs, etc. But we never leave you unattended in the middle of nowhere in any kind of serious situation, for sure. This is oh, somebody's coming. Croatia, mountains to islands. Perfect. Very good decision. Hvala za to. I hope we see each other. Yeah, it's definitely one of the top mountain biking tours. I like it a lot. I go myself as well, cycling a lot in this region. Will the new Dinarica tours run next summer? Oh yes, the first part for sure. It should run already in the pre-season time. So the part from Sen over Velebit to Seen and Split. This is the first 7 days extension. This one for sure, and we are doing our best to provide also the second part. We still have to do some logistical exploration and put up all the challenges, but we hope that also the Bosnia will be available, but more like the autumn, late summer, early autumn probably. Just let me see, have I missed anything? We did cover this one as well. Okay. Okay. So yes, if there is no more questions, I really thank you a lot for being here with us, with me. I do hope it was not too long, or at least it was interesting enough to stick till the end. Once again, let me repeat myself, just write with any further questions, follow us on our website, leave your email for our newsletters. Don't worry, we don't spam our subscribers. We only share with you relevant information, for sure. So information like when the new route will open, what to expect, I don't know, in terms of maybe some other events that we do as well. So it's always relevant for cyclists. It's something that we believe you would find interesting as well. So you're really kindly invited. If you're not already subscribed, to leave your email, just go to our website and you will see the possibilities. And then, yeah, you will definitely be informed about everything relevant considering our activities with the Visit Good Place agency. Yeah, so yes, thank you once again. It was my pleasure. I have a little bit sore throat right now, but I hope I was clear enough and not too many linguistical errors as mentioned at the beginning, and I hope everything was explained well enough. If you want to explore some new parts of the world, and if you're looking for a really pristine and special experience, diverse experience, slightly different compared to some prominent tourist destinations in the world. A little bit of Wild West experience going down the Balkan or the remote parts of beautiful Slovenia, then yeah, I can assure you, we can guarantee you a nice experience for your cycling or hiking holidays. So yeah, thank you again, and hope to see you next year. Bye.